Hare Krishna. So, I would like to express my heartfelt joy for being here with all of you at the Vaisnava Sanga retreat at Stratford. I'd like to also take the opportunity to thank the organizers, especially Dula, Krishna Dula, right, Prabhu, and the devotees from Ottawa and also from Toronto. This is such a wonderful retreat over here. You've been cutting off from home, family, business, and coming here only for hearing and chanting. So definitely tomorrow when you go back, you'll be different. There's so much joy because this is like ashram life, right? The same thing, the same ashram life we practice in the ashram, in the temple. You're doing it here, but here in the hotel, Shakespeare Hotel. That's the same thing. Morning program, chanting, associating, and hearing. Very good. So today's this topic will be forgiveness, and of course, forgiveness is also one of the qualities, one of the 26 qualities of a Vaisnava. So developing this quality is not just a question of seminar, but it's something that we need to imbibe also in our life. And we'll find meaning of forgiveness, why do we need to forgive, why we don't need to forgive also. That will come. We're going to speak also after some time, okay? Remind you. So, to Mahaprabhu, Gauritai, first of all, they are most merciful. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Mahavadanyaya, Vadanya, most merciful incarnation. And more merciful than Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Nityananda Prabhu Ki. And because Nityananda Prabhu has shown that Mahaprabhu's mercy works even on the most fallen soul like Jagai Maharaj. And they were delivered by Nityananda Prabhu. So do you know who is this picture? This picture? Parashuram. So what is Parashuram? You know that Parashuram has been killing the Kshatriyas. So how many times? 20? Not 21? 23 times. Okay? And here is a sloka that his father is telling him, you have to read them when I say you should read. Okay? She's from Srimad Bhagavatam.
My dear son, we're all Brahmana, and have become worshipable for the people in general because of our quality of forgiveness. It is because of this quality that Lord Brahma, the supreme spiritual master of this universe, has achieved his most.
That's coming from Jamadagni. Jamadagni is the father of Parshuram. Parshuram was just killing. And his father stopped him. This is from Bhagavatam 9:15-39. He said, we are all Brahmanas and have become worshipable. Why? Because of the quality of forgiveness. And it is because of this quality that Brahmaji has attained also, being the spiritual master of the universe. So this quality is very, very important over here. And next is also saying now.
The duty of Brahmana is to culture the quality of forgiveness, which is illuminating like the sun. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari, is pleased with those who are forgiving.
Yes. The Lord Hari is pleased with those who are forgiving. And that's the duty also of a Brahman, to cultivate that quality of forgiveness. And that is illuminating. It's a divine quality. One perform devotional service, the quality automatically will be developed. What is this one? Flower, rose flower. If somebody step under the rose flower, crush the flower, what do you get? Fragrance. See, it's crushed, but you get the fragrance. Now you take apple, you crush the apple, what do you get? Juice. Now sugarcane, you get sugarcane juice. But if you punch a human being, what do you get? Slap. Right? You see this photo here? Who is it? Yes. In the Bible, we find many people very, very forgiving. First of all, Jesus Christ himself. Please, my Lord, forgive them. They don't know what they are doing. Forgiving, that's also very forgiving. But Francis of Assisi said, he was asking his friend, what would you consider most successful in life? And his friend started to say, maybe we will say that we want to become a good businessman, get us some money. And he said, not all that. He even said, converting many people, my disciple, that is not successful. Transforming many things he was studying, that is not success. And his friend asked him, what do you consider success? Then he said, if you and me, we are in a forest, and it's snowing, very cold, and we are dying of thirst, and we are hungry. And then we see a small house, that house somewhere, and it's very extremely cold, and we look at the door. And someone said, with that, and I said, I am your friend. We have come, we are thirsty, we are hungry, we are tired, please help. And the man opened the door and banged the door, closed the door again. Get out from here! I don't want to see you. And then we've been pushed, we've been kicked. And then I go again and knock at the door. And the man said, who is that? And I said, we are your friend, we are hungry, we are thirsty. You're tired, please help. And the man this time opened the door, taking a big stick, stick, wood, and start beating us. Beating me, beating you, and start bleeding. Forehead start bleeding, and we fell down unconscious on the blood, full of blood. And the man go inside, and then we pray to God. What do we say to God? Please forgive him. That is success. That's what Francis Assisi said. That I would consider to be success for me. So we can learn many things from there, even Bible's not read much.
The important point is to be genuine about practicing forgiveness. Your ego may still want to fight, still be tempted to punish those who have hurt you.
Yeah, the ego want to punish the person who have hurt me, right? And yes, but there is one thing: is if you practice forgiveness, like you go to the gym, but you practice there, making the muscle, right? Sometimes the muscle become bigger and bigger and bigger. But the ego may still want to fight, still want to attempt to punish those who have hurt you. One more thing I forgot to mention. This is a seminar which I learned from Maharaj. He gave this seminar once, and I just want to say also where it's coming from. And yes, continue.
Practicing a life of forgiveness doesn't mean you become like Amrish Maharaj overnight. It means you know clearly how resentment hurts you physically, emotionally, and spiritually, and you choose to forgive.
Yeah, we will not be becoming like Amrish Maharaj definitely overnight by practicing forgiveness. But we understand that how if you keep grudges, if you keep resentments, what happens? It will hurt you yourself, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. If you just keep it. It's like keeping firewood. It's going to burn you, right? So this is the point he's making here. Next.
Your desire to forgive and your ability to forgive will increase as you practice forgiveness. Plus, you will get the higher taste of having the forgiving attitude.
So that's true. As you practice this forgiveness, the ability to forgive, and that will increase. Practice also, slowly. And then you will get higher taste. The higher taste of Krishna consciousness. And then developing that attitude also. Goswami mentioned, he mentioned in nectar instruction, advancement in Krishna consciousness depends with us. Advancement in Krishna consciousness depends on the attitude of the follower. What is attitude? So, what are the attitudes? This quality forgiveness is one of the attitudes. Next.
Think of it this way. You have joined the forgiveness gym and you will be building up your forgiveness muscles. By regularly going to the forgiveness gym, you will find it easier and more natural to continually forgive.
Anybody going to gym here? You have joined a forgiveness gym and we're building up your forgiveness muscle. So if you go regularly, then you'll find it easier and more natural to forgive. Right? It's like going to the gym, your muscle is built up. I said already, it's not that you're going to become like Amrish Maharaj overnight, but then that become natural for you.
Will what you achieved in the seminar stay with you? If you continue to practice forgiveness regularly, it will not only stay with you, it will increase.
That's a good point here. What you will achieve in this seminar will stay with you. And then one will continue to practice forgiveness regularly. It will increase, not just stay, but it will also increase. So the point about the resentment, okay, do this one.
Remember, resentment only hurts you. Releasing another person means releasing yourself. Resentment means to be bound to another person by a negative emotional chain.
Yeah, this is resentment, the grudges. If you keep it, so if you release the person, means that you're releasing yourself. If you keep your enemy, that's my enemy, you have to revenge. So you're carrying your enemy in your mind, and that will hurt you, right? It only hurts. So you release it, forget about it. Yeah? You're so releasing yourself. Because resentment means that you're bound by a negative effect, negative emotional chain, right? It's just keeping days and night in your mind. You have to challenge him, have to defeat him, have to, he's like this, he's like that. So you're carrying your enemy in your mind.
What benefits you are getting from holding on to resentment? Realize it is just a long list of things that get in the way between you and Krishna.
I heard one time Shamsundar was making DD, Jagannath. So at one point that's really because taking cigarettes. We used to put the packet of cigarettes on the head Prabhupada, you have to speak. Prabhupada said, what is this packet of cigarette doing between you and Krishna? Right?
Actually, because I was there for that, I can tell you what happened. It wasn't. So Prabhupada came to our flat when Shamsundar was carving. We knocked on the door, and we were surprised. It was an unannounced visit. And Shamsundar was struggling to give up the habit, but he hadn't succeeded yet. So Srila Prabhupada came on an unannounced visit to see how Shamsundar was doing in the carving. And Shamsundar had been struggling to give up smoking, but he hadn't yet succeeded. And there was a package of the brand he smoked, but it wasn't on Jagannath. It was Subhadra or Balaram. And Prabhupada comes in, he's looking, and then with his cane, he pointed, what's that? And Shamsundar was feeling really bad. He goes, Swamiji, it's cigarettes. And Prabhupada replied, oh, yes, smoking is very difficult to give up. So, why, and here's the thing, he didn't say, oh, no big deal, okay, he acknowledged it's difficult. And then he gave the way. He says, so, why not smoke one less cigarette each day until finished? And when he said finished, he took his cane and knocked the package off the head. Then he said, don't let such a small thing, and he put his hands up like this, with his finger and thumb, don't let such a small thing as a stick of tobacco stand between you and Krishna.
There you go.
And Shamsundar followed that, and it worked.
Thank you. Thank you. It's more clear as Maharaj is telling. So it's just a list of things that gets in the way between you and Krishna. It's the relationship with Krishna. We should not be having so many things in the middle of that. So, yeah, this one.
Certainly living a life of forgiveness will help you come closer to this goal. And the greater the resentment you have to forgive, the more it will help you become Krishna conscious. That's the real reward of living the life of total forgiveness.
Yeah. Now we're going to make a list. Okay. Why people do not want to forgive. Why people do not want to forgive? There must be some reason also. You have to speak now. All right. Why people do not want to forgive? Speak up. Power.
They feel that they have power over somebody.
Power over
Somebody. If you don't forgive them, you're holding power over them.
for the power. Yes, very good. They want to forgive because they feel that they're great. Very good. Other points why people do not want to forgive. Yes.
Retaliate.
To retaliate, yes, they just want to keep that.
We're still feeling hurt.
We still feeling hurt. Okay. Very good.
We don't want to feel full granted.
We don't want?
They don't want to feel full granted.
there's going to be some kind of payoff.
Some
kind of payoff that they're going to get some advantage or perhaps cause the other person to feel, okay, you're not going to get my mercy anymore. You're not going to get my friendship. I'm cutting you off. They're getting some kind of payback or payoff.
Okay? If you forgive them, others will take advantage. Very good.
Teach the lesson to them. Teach the lesson to them.
Yes. Yes, Han.
Because they want to personally punish the other person, and forgiving them means not letting them get away with it without being punished.
Well, how do you make it? Tell again.
So they don't get away with it.
They want the other person to feel the same way they feel.
Yes.
It's a desire.
Next.
There may be a feeling that some act, some behavior is unforgivable. You know, the person committed such a heinous behavior that it's simply unforgivable.
Cannot
Sometimes
forgive
that's
it.
the mindset.
Is there a heinous? Heinous? Heinous. S-E-I. Heinous. N. Okay. This acts cannot be forgiven. Yes. Very good. Maybe more? Two more? Yeah. Yeah, three. Okay. That's perfect.
That it makes us vulnerable.
Hmm?
That it makes us vulnerable if we forgive.
Okay. Sorry. Okay, two more.
It is a way for them to demonstrate their superiority.
It is a way for them to show superiority. Very good. Okay, let's see two more hands in the last two. Okay.
Resentment and anger give a sense of power.
Resentment and
anger give a false sense of power.
a false.
Sense of power.
Okay. Yeah.
Because they feel weak and insecure.
Huh?
Because they feel weak and insecure all the time.
Feel weak and insecure. Yes, very good. That's last one.
The feeling of ego that is there in the stool body, that would let us feel like if we forgive them, then we would be inferior to them. Otherwise, forgiveness is a great act because
The attitude to ego is the one to forgive, right? Very good. Thank you. Maharaj, you should read all this.
It's not up here. It's on the screen.
Yeah. You might. You can read that? Okay. Understanding? You read this one.
You see, in the final analysis, it is between you and God. It was never between you and them anyway.
That is this is Chanakya Patil side. British.
Beauty of cuckoo bird, sweet voice. Beauty of woman, chastity. Beauty of ugly person, knowledge. Beauty of saintly person, power to forgive.
This is Chanakya Patil. You all know Chanakya Patil, Brahman, right? This is what he said. Beauty of a cockerel is sweet voice. Beauty of a woman is chastity. Beauty of an ugly person is knowledge. And beauty of a saintly person is the power to forgive. This is said by Chanakya Patil. Now let us see some of the points why people do not want to forgive. You read now.
What was done was so hurtful and destructive that it was unforgivable.
It's so hurtful. I cannot forgive. This is one of the reasons. Unforgivable. So destructive. Destroy my family, destroy my house, destroy my whole thing, and I cannot forgive. I cannot forgive.
What was done was so hurtful and destructive that it's wrong to forgive.
Another point. What was done was so hurtful and destructive that it is wrong to forgive. Cannot forgive. It's wrong.
Only minor offenses should be forgiven.
This is a major one. This is too big. This small thing that we can forgive, but this one is not mine. This is too big. I cannot forgive.
It is only possible to forgive after an offender apologizes.
If he comes to me, pay obeisances to me, then I'll forgive. Bow down to me, then I'll forgive. Otherwise, no.
My offender must admit they were wrong before I can forgive.
I must bring him to court. But you must admit that he is wrong, then I can forgive. So these are the points that that's why people do not want to forgive.
It is only possible to forgive after an offender is brought to justice.
Yes, to court, to justice. Then I can forgive. I'll punish him.
It is not possible to forgive family or close friends for serious offenses.
If it's a newcomer, I can forgive. Somebody new, it's not new friend, but he's his family members, he's my brother, he's my sister, too close, so we can't forgive. Somebody new, with some mistake, I can forgive him. But this is too close family, I can't forgive. Okay.
Forgiveness is done to improve or reconcile a relationship.
Yes.
Forgiving serious offenses is only possible for advanced devotees.
Some people may say, forgiveness is meant only just to reconcile. I don't want to reconcile. Others will say forgiveness, serious offenses are only possible. I'm not advanced devotee, so that's why I don't want to forgive. Some people say, I'm not advanced. And they say they'll fight, so I don't want to forgive. Forgiveness is meant for advanced people. I'm not advanced. Right?
So are these all myths, is that what you're saying? Are these all myths about forgiveness?
No, reason why people do not want to forgive. We'll come to the point what's the advantage also of forgiving.
Forgiving will make me vulnerable to more abuse.
Somebody mentioned that, right? Vulnerable. So if I forgive someone, that will make me more vulnerable to more abuse. I forgive him, and he's going to do that again. And what's the use of Like this one. And they don't forgive me, why should I forgive them? That's one reason. Tit for tat, they say. They don't forgive me, why should I forgive them?
It is not necessary to be forgiving to make spiritual progress.
Some people say like that. It is not necessary to be forgiving to make spiritual advancement. I don't want to forgive.
Want to forgive, but I can't.
Like this one. I want to, but I can't. I can't forgive.
I can't feel any other way but hurt by what happened.
I can't feel any other way. What has happened to me? Right? Keeping the grudge, keeping the resentment. Okay, now what we'll do again.
If offender come to his senses and ask for forgiveness, then you can forgive. Is that right?
Yeah, many reasons. Okay, this one, that's for now. Next point. Good point you made, Mataji. Okay, now tell us. You speak now. This is a positive one. Reason to forgive. So what is the attention?
You deserve peace.
Huh?
You deserve peace.
Deserve peace or make peace?
Relationship is important than
Huh?
relationship is more important than the
Relationship
is more important than the incident of our
relationship is more important. It's not coming. I have to help me. This one. Maybe I have to take this out, right? Right, this is yeah. Okay. What is the next point? What is reason for forgiving? True?
I just add to this one, free to think about something positive and finally about Krishna, not about this.
Yeah. To think of Krishna more. Finally, it is between you and Krishna, not between you and him. Right? Very good. Yes, Anna?
Because I require grace from God, I need to extend grace to everyone.
Very good point. So you also want to share the grace that Krishna is sharing with you. Yes. Very good. Yeah. Maybe you can put it back. Okay. Let's speak.
By forgiving that one is forgiven.
By forgiving others, one is forgiven. Yes. Very good. Others? destroyed physically, emotionally, and also spiritually. Okay. You have to read now. You're talking about the reason to forgive you, okay? You read this one?
You accept that you're also capable of making great mistakes, perhaps even the mistakes they made.
Yes. You can also make the same mistake that they have done. So if you don't forgive, then somebody will not forgive you. No one will forgive you. So that's the point here, that you may also make the same mistake. That's the reason why I have to forgive. Next.
You treat them as you would want to be treated if you were in their situation.
You treat them as you want to be treated if you were in the same situation. Right, so you treat them in that way, that you also want to be treated if you made a mistake like that. Yes, you also want to be treated like that, not in a harmful way. So that's one reason we have to forgive. Next.
You empathize with their life struggles and conditioning and why they acted the way they did.
Most probably somebody was in an angry mood, he said something because he was in a different mood. He was in passion and he spoke like that. Right? It was not his intention, but maybe he was in a different mood, he spoke like this to you, and then you've taken that to your heart. So you emphasize their life struggle because they're struggling. Maybe somebody coming from work, the husband is coming from work and was just tired by his boss. He came home and is probably harsh to the wife, and so that's the point here. And you emphasize with the life struggle and conditioning and why they acted the way they did. Next.
You appreciate whatever good is found in your offender.
Yeah. There was one time one devotee came to Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj. He's complaining about one devotee. They don't complain, let's complain. Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj said, okay, before you tell about the complaint, tell me what are the good qualities. What are the good qualities of that devotee? Before you tell about the complaint, about the criticism. And then he starts saying, oh, I remember that devotee wakes up early in the morning. And that devotee always chants his Ram. In the morning, 16 Rams. How I remember he did lots of stories. And then at the end, he made a long list of good qualities of that person. Right? So you appreciate whatever good is found in your offender. Next.
You pray for the welfare of your offender and bless them.
This is very advanced. I said, Jesus Christ did it. Pray for the welfare of your offender and bless them. Oh my Lord, please forgive them. They don't know what they are. Like also Francis of Assisi. You heard of it also.
By your words and actions, your offender is assured they have nothing to fear from you. You don't use resentment to control them.
Yeah, sometimes I may use somebody has made a mistake. I use a resentment to control him. If you don't do that, I'm going to tell them, GBC. If you don't do that, I'm going to tell them. So using a resentment to control people.
You honor your offender for the life lessons they bring you.
An example for that? I mean, if you see Parishit Maharaj, Parishit Maharaj was cursed, right? To die, to be beaten by a snake bite, to die in 7 days. So what Parishit Maharaj did, it's called transforming adversity into opportunity. Transforming adversity into opportunity. To get that as an opportunity. That is possible in life sometimes. not always a disgrace in life. It may also come like a mercy in disguise. So he took it as a mercy. He just left and went to the Sanga, met his spiritual master, listened to Bhagavatam for 7 days, and then went back to God. So it's called transforming adversity into opportunity. I remember Indra Maharaj. He went to Russia to find to visit two of his disciples there. And it was two Matatis, mother and daughter. Mother was 80 years old, and daughter was 50 years old. She was bedridden for many months. She was a doctor before, but now she's not working. She's bedridden. She's sick. So Maharaj went to see them, visit them. And this daughter was bedridden. So Maharaj asked her, "How are you?" She said, "Gurudev, I'm fine." Maharaj said, "How can you say you're fine when you're in bed for 6 months?" And Mataji said, "Gurudev, yes, Krishna has taken everything from me. Krishna, because now she's not working, not much money also. Krishna has taken everything from me. But Krishna has given me time to chant Hare Krishna." She was in bed, but she can't do anything else. Only chanting. So I call this is like kind of transforming adversity into opportunity. Right? She cannot do anything else. Only thing she can do only is chanting. You know? So Maharaj Parikshit also was cursed to be eaten by the snake bite and died sadly, but he took it as an opportunity and then attained moksha and mukti. He went back to Godhead. Next.
You accept that God wants you to extend to others the same forgiveness He gives you. Give mercy, get
mercy. So you accept, somebody mentioned, right? You mentioned. It's the same point. You accept that God wants you to extend to others the same forgiveness He gives you. God is forgiving. How many million lifetimes we have come and go? He's still forgiving. Right? You know how many lifetimes we have taken? How many times we have taken birth and death? Birth and death? You go to the ocean here, over to the lake, Ontario Lake. You collect all the sand. You count one by one, grain, that many lifetimes you have taken. Coming anyone is still Lord is forgiving. But is Krishna saying, Sarva Dharman Paridaja? He's forgiving. Right? Next.
You forgive to get closer to Krishna. You value your relationship with Krishna more than you value punishing your offender.
You mentioned that also. Yes, you value more important is your relationship with Krishna than trying to punish the people, going to the court, lose time. You know? So what's more important is your relationship with Krishna. In fact, Avanti Brahmana said, Avanti Brahmana in Bhagavatam, he said that he was a Brahmana and then he became completely bankrupt. He was doing business also. And he lost family, wife, children, money, everything lost. And then he got realization, he became sannyasi. So when he became sannyasi, he went to beg door to door, with his begging bowl and his danda. And the people, what they were doing, they took his danda, beat him. They snatched his begging bowl, put urine, stool, everything. You know, they were beating like anything. And then Avanti Brahmana said, these people are not because of my suffering. I'm getting what I deserve. That's what he said. He said, I'm getting what I deserve. It is is true. We don't get what we do. We get what we want. No, we get what we deserve. We are born in a country according to what we deserve, our karma. We are born in a family according to what we deserve. We have children according to what we deserve. People are married, husband and wife according to what they deserve. Not according to what we want. We don't get what we want. We get what we deserve according to karma. And he said, Avadi Brahmana said, these people are beating me, giving me pain. They are not a cause of my suffering. People would blame them. It's because of your suffering. Huh? He said, it's not, they are not a cause of my suffering. He even said, not even karma, not even graha. Graha means, planets, influence of planet, not because of that. Not because of karma, not because of time, not because of demigods. He said, I'm getting what I deserve. And he said, all his suffering is because of one cause of it, is my mind. He said, my mind is the cause of my suffering. And he gave the example. You like to eat rasgulla? Yes. Right? Rasgulla? Sometimes it happens you're eating rasgulla and then you bite your tongue. A nice food. Ah! Huh? Painful. Who do you blame? Rasgulla? Who do you blame? Or the one who has cooked the rasgulla? No, it's your own. It's your own action. You own the pain because of your own action, right? And if you're walking, sometimes your right foot hit the left one. That's also painful. But who do you blame? It's your own. It's our own action, right? I'm just telling what Avanti Brahmana is saying. He's saying that these people are not the cause of my suffering. I'm getting what I. One example: if you're driving and you made a mistake, an accident, or some mistake, and you have to pay fine, and the letter comes from the post office. End of the month, you have to go and pay fine $1,000 US, no, not US, Canadian dollars. And the postman comes to your place. You have postman, still, and give it to you the letter, and yes, you open the letter, and he's written you have to pay $1,000 fine, and he started just by the post. It's all because of you. Get out of here! Because of you, I have to pay $1,000. Is it because of the postman? Who did that action? This person. It's your own action, and you're getting your deserve. You have to pay the fine. So whatever happens is that's what Avanti Brahman is. It's all our doing. Thanks, Maharaj.
You forgive from the heart, not just officially, and in action, and continue to forgive your offender daily.
Yeah, not just outside.
You tear up the record in your heart of how they were wrong and how you were right.
Some people say, forget, but not forgive, not forget. Forget and forgive, but they will say, forgive, but not forget. So keep it. Okay, so we tear off the record that you were wrong, so you were right. Burn it to ashes. Just if you want.
Forgiveness is giving up all hope for a better past.
Can we improve the past? Can we improve the past? We have to improve the past. This was done in the past, right? You talked to me like that in the past, but how we have to improve the past. Giving up hope for it, that the past is gone.
Returning unkind acts with kindness.
And he was unkind to you, very unkind to you, but your kindness, returning unkind acts with kindness.
Healing your wounds.
Wound is now healed. Was hurtful now. He is releasing the negative energy that also freezes you.
Living in the present instead of being controlled by the past.
Yeah, that's very good, very important point. So living in the present instead of being controlled by the past. We are controlled many times by the past, but living in the present.
Becoming a hero instead of a victim.
Hero. You went over it. One time with the sadhu, he was chanting his mantra, sitting. And then there was one materialistic person, every day would come and chastise the sadhu. You lazy bum, why don't you work? Just begging here. Every day chastising the sadhu for 1, 2, 3, 4 days. And then at last the materialistic person asked, hey, I've been chastising you for 4 days, telling you about ill names, but you don't look to be disturbed. And the sadhu said, if you give somebody a gift and the person does not take the gift, what will the gift remain? With whom? With him, with himself, with the person. So you have been telling me so many bad names and chastising me and so many things. I did not take it. Why should I be disturbed? I did not take it, so why should I be disturbed? If somebody has firewood, okay, or wood fire, and you give it to somebody and someone doesn't take it, that will remain with him, and that will burn himself, right? So that's what happened. Becoming a hero is a victim. Next.
A means of releasing negative energy that could be potentially damaging to your mental and physical health.
Yes, it means to release negative energy, that the Prabhu was mentioning. It could be also damaging to mental and physical health also. If you keep the grudge and the resentment in the heart, always you're keeping a negative energy.
The virtue of the brave.
The virtue of the brave, one who forgive.
Giving kindness.
Giving kindness. Sorry.
Showing mercy.
An
act of love.
An act of love.
Understanding and accepting other people. Breaking the emotional bond you have with your offender.
Yes. Mastery of human.
The attribute of the strong. Setting oneself free. Forgiving oneself. Leading up. I openly recognize and accept my feelings. I am grateful for the situation. I embrace the difficulties and need for my growth and purification. I positively respond to the events in my life. I accept that no one can hurt me unless I allow them to.
It's a good point, right? I accept that no one can hurt me unless I allow them to do so. Very important point.
I connect with my compassionate side as I empathize with my offender.
Yes, I connect with my side of compassion. Divine and demoniac nature you have. But here connect with my compassionate side and empathize with my founder.
I am aligned with my beliefs. I willingly let go of the records of how I was wronged.
Okay, a few more maybe.
I choose to forgive. pray for and bless my offender. I set myself free by choosing to forgive. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama. One time, that's what happened during Mahaprabhu's time. There were two landlords, they were angry. Landlord is encroaching over land, taking others' land. So one of them became a disciple of a guru. Mahaprabhu's time, it happened. And then the Gurudev told the disciple, both of the landlord, landowner, very rich. So one of them became disciple of Gurudev. And Gurudev told him, they were enemies to landlords. Don't like each other, don't talk to each other. So Gurudev told him, now you have to do seva, my disciple. Not initiated yet, but aspiring. Gurudev said, you go and collect door to door, collect dakshina, door to door. And the followers, disciples went to collect door to door. But then the landlord enemy, he did not go there, he missed that house. He go to the next house. And he came back, Gurudev, this is dakshina for you. Are you happy now? Will I get initiation? Gurudev said, no. Why? Did you go to that house? And the disciple, no, because he's my enemy. Gurudev said, what? Enemy? You're mine now. You become my disciple. What enemy are we talking about? You go to that house and collect bag of your enemy's house. Who would do that? No one would want to do that, right? But Gurudev is saying he has to go. So he went and told, there was a gatekeeper there, told the gatekeeper that I am so and so, I have come to beg at your house. Nobody would want to do that. And the gatekeeper went to the house and told the owner that your enemy has come to beg. Oh my God, what happened to him? Tears start flowing from his eyes, his heart melts, he just came on crying, opened the gate and embraced the enemy. So the point here is we tend to be keeping the false ego very high. That if one becomes humble, by his humility, he can change the heart of the other person. Becoming humble, you can change the heart of your enemy also. That's why Guru Goswami has requested about him. Dadati prakinati, Viyam Prichati, giving up, give and accept gift, as how we can reconcile relationship. This is not just Christmas gift, this is what Guru Goswami has mentioned. Giving gift and accept. First you have to give, and then accept. Give prasadam and accept. There are many ways where a relationship can be also reconciled. And I heard that Brother Maharaj mentioned that there was a forest where the trees, big trees, huge, very tall, they don't fall down even during tornadoes or cyclone. And they were trying to find out what's the reason they don't fall. And the scientists discovered that the roots of the tree go deeper and they also intertwined with each other. So because the roots are intertwined, it makes them strong. They are individual outside, but inside they are more strong, intertwined. So this is how relationship can be actually. Prevention is better than cure. Okay, so this is a humble presentation for today. And I said already, this is a seminar was given by Maharaj. And I'm taking that from Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Does anyone have any questions or
forgiveness doesn't imply that there won't be justice. And there can be a whole spectrum of offenses, like maybe I stole Gura's maha or something, that's an offense. And the far end of the spectrum might be some serious crime, something like domestic abuse. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta, he was describing once about forgiveness, and he indicated that we should forgive. And he also indicated that also is not that there may not be consequences for the offender. And Bhishma Dev, he actually asked some questions to, Yudhisthira asked some questions to Bhishma Dev in the Mahabharata. There's a couple of interesting replies in the Mahabharata. And so Yudhisthira, here's one of the replies. A person being criticized should not criticize in retaliation. This is interesting. For the pain felt upon receiving criticism, if endured, will itself consume the critic and bring in exchange the results of his good deeds. So by forgiving, actually, if someone seriously offends you and you can forgive, any impious karma you have can be passed to them. Their pious credit will be passed to you by that sense of forgiveness and during that pain of criticism. And the second one was, the ignorant seek to injure the wise by malice and backbiting. By doing so, the critic takes upon himself the load of the wise man's sins, which the wise man casts off by forgiving the ignorant. So there is a spiritual dynamic. And it actually puts emphasis on the point that we should be very careful about not making offenses, because we can see from that it's very detrimental to make offense. And the flip side is if the person's forgiving, it's beneficial for them in so many ways that we've seen from this presentation. And extremely beneficial to their spiritual life. But it's very important to be aware of our responsibility not to make offenses, because they can have many consequences that are adverse to our spiritual life.
Thank you, Maharaj, for that. I really attended Mahaprabhu's presentation on this. Very nice. There's one thing I'd like to, it kind of following up on what we just heard from Maharaj. There was one statement there that I think needs a little unpacking to understand better, and that was, I don't remember exact wording, but something along the lines of, first, the person needs to be brought to justice before forgiving. And there is some truth to that. There's something that we're really trying to establish in ISKCON called restorative justice. And the interesting thing about restorative justice is it started in Canada. What happened was, this is maybe 40 years ago, 35 years ago, two teenagers threw a rock through an elderly woman's window in her house. And the policeman caught them. And instead of taking them to the police station, he just got this inspiration to knock on the door and talk to the elderly woman. And she brought the policeman in with the two teens, and they sat down, and the teens actually admitted what they did and begged forgiveness, and they worked out a program that the teens would pay for the window and mow her lawn for the whole summer. And so that's restorative justice, because what often would happen is the teens would go, or in any justice system in the West, the teens would go to the police station. The elderly woman would never know what happened. She wasn't in the picture at all.
And she wouldn't get her window replaced.
Yeah, she wouldn't get the window replaced either. So in restorative justice, one of two things has to be done. Either the person has to admit guilt, or they have to be found guilty, and then the relationship can be restored. So there's sometimes a bit of a condition on the forgiveness after guilt has been established. So just so it happens. But thank you so much. That doesn't take away from 99.9%. Everything else I agree. I thought it was wonderful. Right. Now we hear from the real boss.
Just a thought that yes, forgiveness is wonderful, it's cleansing, it's spiritually wonderful and necessary. But sometimes, in the matter of safety and with intelligence, one needs to say, I can't forgive that because it may happen again. Like an abusive husband, for instance, who beats up his wife. The wife, you can't say to her, oh, just forgive him. There has to be some restorative justice. There has to be some process for making her feel safe so that she knows that forgiving him is something that's going to help her, but also him, and not put her in danger or in some vulnerable situation. And these are widespread issues. So it's hard to, I know I've worked with families and marriages in many years. You can't just say to someone, forgive unconditionally. There has to be conditions sometimes, and there really is a need for intelligence and proper judgment and establishing safety many times when you're talking about forgiveness. And those not little things like stealing photo. These are big things.
Hi, Krishna Maharaj, thank you so much for the presentation. While you were speaking, the story that came to my mind was a story about Bhrigu Muni and how he offended Lord Brahma, and he offended Lord Shiva, and then he went to Lord Vishnu. And my question is, I'm trying to understand, did Lord Vishnu take offense and forgive, or did Lord Vishnu not even take offense in the first place? And how can we learn from that?
Bhrigu Muni was sent by sages to check who is really Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Yes.
Right? There's always conflicting between Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. So he went first to Lord Shiva, his brother. First is Brahma? Yeah, Brahma. So, but he did not pay obeisances to Brahma. And Brahma was upset mentally, not physically. And seeing Brahma's situation, he just laughed. He's not God. Otherwise, I was becoming angry. And then he went to Lord Shiva. See, Lord Shiva was about to embrace him. Hey, no. Look at you, snakes and ashes. And Shiva was very upset physically about to beat him. And then he flew. And then he went to Vishnu. And Vishnu was lying down, and then Lakshmi was massaging his feet. And without telling anything, without knocking at the door and coming, he just came and just bang into the chest, his foot, hanging foot to the chest up. Lord Vishnu. You know what Lord Vishnu said? Oh, Bhrigu Muni, my chest like stone, and your feet like soft like rose. Don't you get hurt? Are you not hurt? You know? Instead of complaining, instead of getting the pain, complaining about the pain that he got, but then he said, oh, your feet don't get hurt. Forgive me. So, but Bhrigu Muni wanted to show, in one sense, he wanted to show who is it? It's the Supreme Person. In one sense, it's a service, but it's to show, to tell the world who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But of course, he was cursed also by Lakshmi. Lakshmi said, money will be not stable in the house of Brahmanas. Because Bhrigu Muni was Brahmana. So that he got from Lakshmi. From the side of Bhrigu, he wanted to tell the world who is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. His mother. Here.
to add to, if I may, his opening. He said, Eloy, Eloy, lama sabachthani, from the cross, which means, Father, forgive them because they don't know what they're doing. And this is after he was beaten and his skin flayed off his body. And in the human personality, he would have never restitution. And I meditated deeply on this throughout my life, coming from the north of Ireland, in the situation there of war. And it occurs to me deeply that forgiveness is separate from restitution. And my duty is not to see the restitution through. That is for karma, and that is for God. And it is okay for me to remove myself from harm. But it is not okay for me to carry evil in my heart as a result of evil, unforgiveness in my heart because of what was done to me culturally, in our own home. Our own home was burned to the ground. But it was required of me through my life because of His grace that we must forgive to have healing. But we are not responsible. We are not responsible for the outcome. And the outcome, it is not for us to demand in a holy way. It is for us to allow ourselves to be flayed, if that is the will of God. And that justice is a matter for God to deliver, not for me. Is this the way?
Yeah. It's true. It's the greatest church.
Because that example of the whole body being destroyed, and even still the words could be uttered. Just forgive them because they don't know what they're doing. That is real salvation. Yes?
Yeah. Thank you. There's one more. Thank you, Maharaj. Yeah, there's two of you. Give me the time. What's next? No.
Maharaj, you have some from your personal life experience. You would like to share some tips that might help to reduce the impact of any future offenses that might happen.
In future?
Offenses that might happen during interaction with Vaishnavas.
One more thing, anybody want this presentation? PowerPoint, you can write it. Email, send to you. Anyone who wants it. Write it down. You can take it. Yes. Offenses, yes. We should avoid offenses, especially offending devotees. That's the greatest offense we should avoid. No offenses to devotees. So, that's the greatest. Fall down. There's two ways of falling down. Whether Krishna wants it sometime, or by offending Vaishnavas. One should never at all offend Vaishnavas. Any devotee should not offend. Greatest pitfall, especially Vaishnava bride. It's compared to be like a mad elephant. Why? Because the elephant can destroy the whole garden. No, it doesn't say mad lion. Of the offense of a lion, it says the offense of a mad elephant. Because lion can kill one person. But mad elephant can destroy the whole village. So that will destroy the bhakti. So just avoid Vaishnava offense at all. Jatu Thakur would go, one devotee called, not Jatu Thakur, Kalidas. Would just go and get the dust of the lotus feet of the devotees. And whenever there is prajalpa, he would do like this. Looking at it and walk away. Never hear prajalpa. But he had faith in 3 three things. Bhakta pada duri, bhakta pada jal, bhakta bhukti avasis. That fruit fell in the dust of the devotee's feet, the water of the washing the feet, and the remnants. So when we come to temple, what three things we do? Tell me. What are the three things we do when we enter the temple? We obeisance means what? We are catching the dust, Prabhupada so to say, putting them. Yeah, that's why we obeisance. So that's Bhakta pada duri. And then what's next? To the deities, again, getting the dross of this dust. And then next one? And then Charanamrit, Bhakta pada duri, Bhakta pada jal, water washing the feet of the devotee. And what's the next one? Mahaprasad. So Bhakta pada duri, Bhakta pada jal, Bhakta bhukti avasis, Caitanya Maharaj, very, very powerful. From Vaishnavas. Serve the Vaishnavas. Mahaprabhu said two things. He said, Prabhu kare Vaishnav seva nam sankirtan dvikara shigra pave Shri Krishna charan. This Mahaprabhu said, Prabhu kare Vaishnav seva nam sankirtan. Two things. Serving the Vaishnavas and nam sankirtan. Dvi means two. Kara, you do this two. Shigra pave, very quickly you will achieve what? Krishna charan. If one want to achieve Krishna's lotus feet very quick, very fast, this is. Mahaprabhu did not say only chanting the holy name. He said Vaishnava Seva and Nam Sankirtan. He said both. Serving the Vaishnavas and Sankirtan. Plus one, could you stop? Okay, it's already done. Thank you. Hare Krishna.